things you can't imagine. Might never see the final four. What story will this wolf unravel? Time to activate your engine thrust. Come and satisfy your muffin lust. Oh, this is the Sabrewolf Cafe. Going out across the universe from a hypersonic array. Oh, you're at the Sabrewolf Cafe. Be it digital or tabletop, here's your curveball to the escape. Sabrewolf
Hey, oh my goodness, there we go. So, it's Monday. Woo! I was a little late, I apologize. I was on time all the way up until I wasn't, so, and my clock's still not working either, so that was fun. But we're here now, we're doing a thing. Hooray! We're working on Old School Investigation today. We are going to be working a little. We're going to try and finish Secret Symbiotic Soldier today, and get a bunch done on Lip Service, because I was going to get those done last week, and then stuff happened, and I didn't, and all sadness and all that good stuff. But we got 2 weeks left until vacation rolls around, so we're going to get as much done as physically possible. We got quite the list. As you can see, I was also a little late to my first writing session, so we're a little behind on that. I'm probably going to write a bit tonight, even though I'm supposed to be doing editing, but we'll see. Because I almost have a book done. Enemy of My Enemy has gone through the first pass of all my writing, and it's all been edited and all that, so I gotta go through the final reading pass, and then it's good to go. So hey Tana, how you doing? Oh, and rubber duck you right away. So yeah, it's been a hell of a week. Oh, let me take care of something here real quick. Almost done with work at least. Well, that's good. I smell like warm vanilla, because I did candles yesterday, and today I actually I'm making little tea lights now. So, well, not tea lights, sorry, they're candle warmer. I forget what you call them, but you can put them in a candle warmer, and then that'll melt for you. So I made like 3 batches, and they all turned out rather well, actually, in my opinion. So there we go. I'll pay. But yeah, that was fun. I like making candles. It's a lot of fun, but it's a bit messy. But I have I got 3 scents. I have like a whole ton of scents, to the point where I might actually have to get more wax, which is crazy, because I had literally gotten a pallet of wax when I first started. I'm like, oh shit, that's way too much wax. There's no way I'm ever gonna get all this wax worked through. But I only got like 5 boxes left, so I'm going to definitely be ready for my last con of the year. Maybe a craft fair too. Am I leaning to the left? But let's get started on the right. This is official time. Where's my... I'm gonna reset the position here, so I'm not always looking off to the side. There we are. Yeah, I might switch to a couple different ones, but I'm mostly working on Old School. I want to get Old School done this week. I kind of want to get done by Wednesday. Although it's going to be, I think we're going to do a full week of writing this week, because the weather is not looking good for working outside. Like, not at all. It's like rain every day. So, the good news is there will be no distractions from me doing writing. So we might be doing a Monday, Wednesday, Friday writing. How's it going out there, everyone? How's everyone doing? Hopefully, we're midway through June, and June is proving to suck just as much as it usually does, so. Hey, Fal, how you doing? Doing pretty good. It's a Monday, for sure. But still got a little rain done this morning, and we're going to hopefully get a lot of rain done this afternoon. The weekend was fairly exhausting, but not bad. Lot Monday, always fun, yeah. Yeah. I'm glad I saved the LARP like we had LARP this week, so I'll save the LARP combo for a little later. But I went to the graduation party, and nothing really happened. It was kind of like ooh, and like, oh, is this, what's going to happen here? Is my dad going to blow up on my brother-in-law for being a dumbass? And no, it didn't happen. But it was quite the event. In any case, I could tell you, he was pissed off. Like, don't get me wrong, he was definitely, because he gets quiet and he kind of gets a little whiny when he's like truly angry. So I think if my dumbass brother-in-law had done anything, we could have seen some fireworks. But other than spending like 4 hours trying to put up a volleyball net on a sloped lawn, yeah, nothing really happened. Hey, Tails, how you doing? My dad's he does. Well, it was even worse than I had thought, actually. I did get some more lore on the subject. Apparently, I thought like they were like, "Oh no, our yard is so torn up. It wouldn't be great to have a party there. Like, could we have the party at your place? Kind of that whole thing, like guilt tripping them." Apparently, my brother-in-law and sister just assumed. They didn't even like ask. It was basically something akin to the realm of, hey, so what time should we start bringing stuff for the graduation party at your place? My jaw hit the floor. I would have told them 1:30 never and get the fuck out of my house. Like, holy shit. No wonder he was, granted, the previous scenario, I would have been pretty freaking cranky myself, but like, oh man, I would have been livid if that was the scenario. No wonder he was so pissed off. It takes a lot to rile up my dad, so it's like, holy crap. All right, I'm back. Kitty had a question for me. So, yeah, no, it was like I was like, holy shit! Like, this was a book. It'd be The Lion, the Witch, and the Audacity of this bitch, because I was just absolutely gobsmacked. And I do blame my sister a bit for it too, because I think she could have said no, or she could have been like, oh, let's just have it at the. No, I'm sure it was my dumbass brother-in-law's idea, but she went along with it. So I gotta put them both in the basket this time. Medino Surgism. Oh yeah, that I enjoyed that one. That was a really good one. Headache was bad. It wasn't so much a headache. I was, without going too much into it, because I don't want this to be the sad Sabrewolf stream. I was a little distraught because stuff with Shift Core and the commission or the anthology not going great and stuff like that. So it kind of I got a little down on myself. Not gonna lie. It's one of my character flaws. So, but I did. We have made progress. We've been working on stuff, so it's a little better. But yeah, Thursday and Friday, I was not having it. I was a bit upsetty spaghetti, as it were. As you can see, I've gotten over it. It's way better than when I used to get into those kind of funks. Sorry, I'm just finding something. back. It's an open jam to see someone create a good furry transformation of the theme I imagined. I mean, it's not a bad thought, but one thing I will say for certain, old school was supposed to be done last week, but it just, I think I got like 3,000 words done in like 2 days. It was kind of pathetic, in all honesty. For myself, I was very much a mopey Dragelwolf. I can admit to it, but as I said, push done, push forward, and we're good now. What was it? Oh, but one thing is, like, and this is for anyone like trying to do like requests or anything like that, you're gonna have a really hard time of it right now, and my own experience included. It's no one's looking at any creative talent right now is in a lot of trouble, barring a couple, like, and with economy, inflation, all that stuff, without going to redline topics and things like that, money is tight, and that's understandable. So, but we are luxury good creators for commissions and stuff like that. So we kind of have to realize that, things are not going to be great. So you're not going to see, I feel like a lot of people who do stuff like that are probably going to be focusing on projects that pay the bills. At least until we can kind of get out of this slump, which hopefully will happen soon, but you never know. So, I am not an economist. I cannot tell you when. But it's one of the reasons I was so distraught about shift cores. I had to like tighten things up. I almost closed it out completely, but I was like, no. Like, I just got the adverts out there. Let's just restrict a couple pages and we'll be good to go. So, also, I did cash in one of my safety nets to keep things kind of going forward and to pay off a couple of once a year bills that happen around this time. So I don't think I will even need the anthology. So it's something I can't do very often, but I did have a safeguard in place, in case that sort of happened. It's what you gotta do. That's the nature of the world. It's always changing. God, I remember back when I was still working at the 2 factory, which is almost a decade now. And when the big like chlorine attack happened at MFF, and I remember seeing some of the articles for it, and I used to read the comment sections on news articles, which was a mistake, but man, the amount of basically derogatory term for a furry or a gay furry that was up there was insanity. Nowadays you don't see that as much. Still out there, don't get me wrong, but hey Zern, how you doing? Oh, you know what? I forgot to turn off the filter so you can hear the tippy tappy of the keys. Give me 2 seconds. There you go. Again, if it gets like, again, if my breathing or whatnot gets a little too much, then let me know. I can turn the filter back on. Some old cartoons and anime furries are amazing. Well, yeah, definitely. I would definitely say so as well. Makes you happy than FM, yeah. Big personal believer of, or a big believer of personal rights. As long as you're not hurting anyone else, do whatever the hell you want. I don't give a shit. Or depriving someone else of their own rights, then, you know, do whatever the hell you want. But that's just my standard kind of bare bone basic belief. Which I don't go into too much detail because, you know, redline topics. Oh, I hear Gelato going crazy upstairs. Must be playing. Big Zest has been picking up extra work to offset the end of the month. It's almost time to once again journey. Oh, okay. Well, I hope you have fun with that. I know you at least seem like you look forward to it every time you do it, so. Excuse me. One second, I'm just gonna check on the kitty here quick, just to make sure they're... I'm sure they're alright, but... Luckily I can do it through my phone. Wait, I don't see him. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's just paddling around. We've been integrating him more and more into like the rest of the house and stuff like that. That cats still hiss at him, but they're not attacking each other, which I'll take what I can get. Mostly enjoyed 2 more graduations, 5 down and 4 to go. Feeling old, yeah, no, it's, no doubt. I just went to 2 graduations myself, and I'm like, oh my god. One was a college graduation. I'm like, I remember when like you were born. It's like, oh god. Granted, I was still a kid when that happened, but like, 35 is considered midlife? How did it go down? I remember like way back in the day it was 40, and then it went up to like 50. And now it's like like I'm already over the hill. That doesn't seem right. That doesn't feel right. Do I really? Oh yeah, well. Yeah, okay. I guess. I wasn't really thinking. I can tell you, but you need to clear chat. Well, we're not doing that. I'll tell you what, we'll fire up a kick-only stream. And then we can talk all the politics we want, because it's never going to leave that kick. Because we don't have to worry about anyone going to that place. At least that we have to worry about. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, I get it. See, and the weird thing is, now that, you know, I used to dread actually, like, hitting 40 when I was, you know, the early 20s, late 20s. It was like, oh, God, I'm going to be, like, this old guy, and I'm going to be like my parents, and, you know, it's all this stuff and all that bullshit. But, like, I'm almost 40. I'm a cartoon wolf dog or a wolf dragon on the internet writing naughty furry stories, and it doesn't feel like anything changed. Like, I see a bit of gray in my beard, and that's really it. And it takes a little longer to do like physical tasks. That's the big one, although I'm trying to fix that. But you know, you kind of just realize age is not just a number. And if we ever get sweet robot bodies or fully immersive VR, then you don't have to worry about it at all. You can be wherever the hell you want to be. So I'm kind of just hoping for that. It's probably just new data. I'm sure new discoveries. Yeah, I mean, we're always pushing towards longevity, so I've been hearing some great new things with, like, you know, treating diseases and cancers and, you know, all these new breakthroughs with technology, and now they have brain mapping and stuff like that. Apparently the brain mapping is so good, whatever they just developed, that they're asking for guidance on like how to use it ethically. You always know you got into some really good science when you have to quandary the ethical implications of it. Or terrible science, I suppose, depending on what you're looking at. But yeah, usually it's like some really deep science that's, you're like, oh shit, like, is this gonna, like, you know, totally be a bad thing if it's in the wrong hands? Which all technology is, but, yeah, now you know you got into the, now you know you got into the deep sci-fi, the hard sci-fi, once you start having to ask those types of questions. That's a better way to explain it. The brain-computer interface. Yeah. I remember back when it, like, boy, we're gonna, speaking of fucking old, man, we're getting, back in my day, it was like, I was at it was a game, I think Gen Con. Nick Valentine, I love Nick Valentine. He was always my go-to companion when it came to Fallout. But like, when I think it was at Gen Con, which I haven't gone to Gen Con in like 2 decades, and there was this thing where you could like put a headband on your head, and determining how hard you thought, like you could cause a fan to blow a ball upwards. I mean, super simple shit, but that was 20 years ago, and they're kind of getting, you know, not neural interface, but like kind of getting like brainwave electromagnetic bolt, you know, stuff like that. This is not my field, so I can't really explain it, but you know, I kind of was always thinking like, man, whatever happened to that kind of technology? Like, did it just stop with like the ball blowing game? Like, just get that ball in the hoop? Like, it couldn't have been. Apparently not. Apparently it's now a big thing. Like, Kate wants to just toss Boozer if she got too judgy. Yeah, that's true. Here's a sim. No, leave me alone. Yeah. Just like flying cars. Oh yeah, that's another one. That's a thing. I had a thought, and I did have like a moment of existential crisis when I thought this thought, because it's a thought that's like, oh my god, like, it's one of those like fractal thoughts that you think it, and then you think the things that are like related to it, and then those cause, like, it was just, it's not a bad thing, but it was just like, holy shit. And I'm thinking like, we're getting close to brain mapping technology. And by the way, it's not a new concept. Just watch I think it's called The 13th Floor. Old movie, good though. And it was like, what if this is in fact a simulation? What if we're like, oh yeah, this is, you know, not real, blah blah blah, all that bullshit, which is not, again, a new theory. But what if like we willingly like went into this because we wanted to experience life in this manner. Like, just think like actual forms, super futuristic society, or something like that. Alien society, maybe even. Maybe this is just like a giant, like, fucking tour of life as a human in the early 2000s. And, you know, not everyone is, you know, there's like computer generated people, but then there's also like most people are just like normal people who are aliens who signed up for this to live an entire life as people. And like you got to choose your professions, and you got to choose kind of like the nature of your life or something like that. And then of course you had the people that are just too crazy, like the Johnny Somalis, which if this was the case, I don't think he would be a real, well, actually no, that would stand to reason. Like he's maybe a more real aware person in this scenario because he's doing stupid shit because he knows it's not real. I don't know, but in any case, like I had that thought. I was like, well shit, if that's the case, and then like, is that the afterlife then? Like, is it just, oh yeah, your game's done, congrats, you made it to this level, and you're just gonna wake up in a pod or something? Like, what the fuck? And I had to lay down for a second after thinking of that, because it was just too much. How's it going, Nisbet? How are you doing? And it was like, fuck, man. Like, I'm not even on weed or anything. It's going. It's always good to be going. It's better than the alternative. But there's your existential thought of the day with Seraphim. Hope you all enjoyed. A tour guide. This program sucks. I want to get. Well, that's the thing. That was like kind of the whole part. Is like we signed up for this. Ergo, we wanted to experience like all the bad shit that was happening too. And it was just like, it's like, oh my god, like we really want to do this. Like, thought of the possibility of accidentally using too much money. It's better now. That's good. You gotta make sure your finances are under control. That's one of life's important lessons, is control your resource so you can have them or something. I don't know. Also, when the red light, sorry, sir. Sorry. I know this definitely would go into stuff, and there's a lot of stuff happening out there, and I know a lot of people want to talk about that stuff, but I would like to still have a job, and I'm not cut out for that kind of streaming. So start shouting out your safe words. Zipper, Ryzen Sploosh. God, who is that comedian? I don't even remember that comedian. Mike Birbiglia. Holy crap. That's a blast from the past too. Oh my god. He was pretty funny. He was a very dry, he was one of those comedians where it's like the story was the joke. So he was a storyteller comedian. Not my favorite, but it wasn't bad. Accidentally putting thousands. Holy shit, man, yeah. Not even happened unless bank failed to do their job. That's how crazy it was. I mean, if you ever watch The Big Short, that can happen, but... But yeah, there's certain things that are safer investments than others. I'm not a financial advisor, though, so anything I say is probably stupid. But, you know, like, I have an investment account, a very small one, but, you know, it follows basically the S&P. So I'm not going to get rich off it, but that's not the whole point of it. So, but at the same time, unless something crazy happens, and if it is the case, then I'm not gonna I'm gonna have more to worry about than the fact that I lost money on the S&P. Not that I'm ever going to retire. I'm a creative type. I can't afford that. That's silly. Even credit cards are a dangerous game. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not Caleb Hammer. I don't, or Dave Rams or any of that. But man, you gotta watch out for them credit cards. They'll get you. They'll sneak up on you pretty hardcore, man. I'm still dealing with a little fallout from that myself. Not too bad, but my business has a credit card that I have to pay off. To be fair, though, I hadn't used that card in quite some time, and then a bunch of stuff all hit at once. So, need to say ARC, like on the Helodecks in Star Trek. Probably in dead language. Anyone know the Sumerian words for ARC Exit End Program? Yeah. There we go. We need to find the... We need to find the exit code. So if anyone ever suddenly disappears in this chat, we know what happens. Like, oh shit, they found the exit code. Write it down before you say it. Unless that's how you leave, then don't. Because I wonder, like, are other kin maybe just people who know what they are as aliens and, you know, just kind of have a imprint of like what their user is, and that's why this feels so weird. Again, it's a whole thing. It's part of why I think it almost triggered my insomnia. Like this, because it got my brain all working on overdrive. With the crazy fucks who think their plans. Oh no! Oh god! They're like, oh, I want to try this simulation too. I'm tired of being a celestial planet-eating dragon. I would love to live life as a barista. Please show me scenario 472 Starbucks. Oh god. See though, like, does it not, like, especially for like furries and stuff, does it not kind of like just start creeping into your mind of like, what if that's the case? Like, because we don't know. We don't know. We have no idea. We're clueless in that regard. Like, it's like, oh shit, man. It's all not real, man. It's all crazy simulation. That's why some people seem to be luckier than others. They just invested their stat points into that or something. How about a lifetime in the shoes of a human? Showing today. Oh my god, Zern. Why would you put that on? Oh, fuck me. Alright, well, we gotta get cracking, guys. Oh, shit. Well, that's not good. That's... Gotta figure it out. Someone gets the Bermuda Triangle stat. Someone else? Anyone in the UK? Stonehenge. Then the pyramids. I feel like those are your clues. Let's do this. It's like where in the world is Carmen Sandiego, but unlocking the time vault or something like that. I don't know. It's your fault. I can't think politicals went there. Oops. I do think if that was the case, it is a mass simulation. I don't think it's like, oh my god, like, I'm not talking to anyone real. It's just, I don't think it's that. I think any of the weird, goofy fuckers are probably not real, but like, it would be like most people are real. And then the kids are just the like new players that want to. And what if that's why the like population is declining? Like the game's getting less popular, so like less and less people want to play it. Oh my god, what's going on? Ah! Wouldn't that be kind of crazy if I just like disappeared right then? Be like, holy shit, he was right. The weird ass dragon wolf was correct all along. We needed some air. Yes, it was actually on the that Mayan calendar. Like that was the free trial period, and now we like didn't. Now we have to like input the code in order to like cancel the subscription. So like now we're paying. Now it's pay to play after 2012. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird idea. That kind of feels like a good story, though. I know it'd be very much like the 13th, kind of like the 13th floor, but it had quite the twist. Of like, oh yeah, you are alien creatures, and you're just trying out It's like a museum exhibit, but it's like, oh yeah, we can make you live 100 years as a human being. It's getting blinkled. Oh no, sorry. I'll pull it back. I just thought it was a neat concept, and I had to share it. We do have quite a few people in here. I could tell you how LARP went for Saturday. Yay! I'm going to keep that in my back pocket. I think that would be a fun story. I think if I ever find the time to do novel work for myself, that plus the other two that I have, the more bland acts, yeah, hell yeah, let's beat the Matrix. Woo! Beat the Matrix. No shitty ass 3 movies afterwards. It would have been alright if it had just been the first movie, but man, they just stretched that shit out like crazy. Beat the Matrix. And of course it's gonna have furries in it, so you know it's gonna be a hit regardless. The pay to play after 2012 is practically okay, that's what you're talking about. I get you. I didn't even think of that. I was just spouting random nonsense. Wait, who? Oh, yeah, okay. Yep, I get it. Yep. But no, I'm definitely keeping that. I'm keeping that concept. If anyone writes a book, I'm gonna be angry at you. Although it'd be nice just to see it kind of out there. It's a prison. This is our rehabilitation. What am I in for? Oh boy. Oh, that could be a lot of things. Well, actually, given like what I usually write in my past, I would say like thievery, being a thief. I love playing rogues. I love having like that sort of stuff. It'd probably be theft if I went with those indicators. Grand larceny. Prison Sabrewolf. I mean, that's why I got my stripes. It's actually my prison stripes. video because I can do the most things solo with the Harley. Yeah. Self-prostitution, the alternatives. Anyway. Oh yeah, probably prostitution too. So we'd be in the same boat. But as a segue, I have the results from LARP. Again, if you are in this LARP group, or if you're in this chat and you are in the LARP group for some reason, get a sandwich for like 30 minutes. Cause I'm gonna be talking some shit. And it's gonna have to do with got to do some stuff. Although I will say this time they actually did investigation asterisk. Big asterisk, but I'm proud of them, like especially for like the Hex, the whole Hex storyline. They did make plans to go and try and like start piecing things together. So gold star. The problem is that their follow through was about as expected for this group. It's so bad. It's so bad. I don't even know like how to deal with this sort of thing. It's so bad. Like, I've never seen a group get a hook and then just completely be like, okay, and then put it in their pocket and then fuck off. I've never seen, and granted, I will say this, there is a bunch of stuff going on, so I can see like sometimes people might get distracted, sometimes people might be thinking about doing multiple things. But like, oh no, Zern's gonna scheme. You would actually be fun in LARP. I think it's too bad we can't get you up here. That'd be great. But it's like, so here's how it went. I don't know if I mentioned. I don't think I mentioned what they planned because I was in my funk on Thursday and Friday. I think that's when they had the plan. So their plan was, and this is just the cam side. There's also the Anarchs. I'll discuss what they did in a minute. But the Hex thing is focused mostly on the cam. A, because they have the most people, and B, because they're the ones that kind of interacted with it the most at this point. Which is a kind of a misnomer, but so they had their Act 1 plan. And the Act 1 plan was go to the office that Hex had and investigate, which is good. I mean, I had some ideas like, okay, like we can drop some breadcrumbs, we can put some stuff in there. And then Act 2, they were having their court. And then Act 3 was that they were going to go to, they figured out where kind of Hex operates a little bit out of, or at the very least they found the statue. I put out a statue of my old character that turned into Hex, so like that was a big thing. And so they were going to investigate that. And basically, so the first act comes around, and I'm like, okay, here's his office. Here's what's going, like, this is what it looks like. And they go, okay, we're going to look around. Perfect. Great start. They do some searching, and I point out, oh, you found a sketchbook. It has a bunch of, like, weird drawings and things like that. And then you find the computer he was playing on before shit went down. Like, it's went up against the wall, but still, like, serviceable. You found a couple feathers of his that were here. So with that in mind, throwing this out to you guys, next course of action, what would be your next course of action? Okay, Tails would look more into certain things and probably keep pushing, see if there's any more stuff in the office. Check the computer. Okay, all right. So, probably grab the feathers. Yeah, that's good call on that one. So I will preface this by saying they did in fact grab everything. They scooped it all up, and then they proceeded to do nothing. That was it. That was the scene. Like, hold on, let me get my leapfrog. So like, you know, there you go. Like, it's that was like they gathered up the stuff and they're like, we're good. And mind you, this scene lasted for like, the first part of the scene lasted for like 15 minutes because I was expecting literally anything else. So I'm like, oh, okay. Well, there you go. Didn't check the computer, didn't check the feathers, didn't take the sketchbook to anyone that had a cult, which they have quite a few people are into the occult. Yeah, no, just that was it. So I'm like, okay, maybe they're doing stuff later, perhaps. They're very successful in their janitorial duties. Well, there was one other thing. I did throw a bone in, kind of an added descriptor. Like, oh, you do notice that the walls are also like covered in like fey runes of some nature, and someone did do an occult check, and I was like, oh, it looks like it could be like the preparation of some sort of ritual. And it's like, great, we scratch off the ruins and then we leave. And it's like, oh. Well, they did take pictures. I will give them that. I will give credit where credit is due. They did take pictures. They did archive the stuff, and then they scratched stuff, and then they avoid hooks like a traumatized fish. So here, okay, and then here's Act 3. So they did not do anything with the equipment. They did not do anything, you know, to be fair, they had their court, so I get it. But then Act 3 rolls around, and now it's the big, like, scouting, hex, finding stuff. And to be fair, the scene got a little convoluted because other people were going at the same time that were kind of separate. So I'm like, I'm going to run these all at once. And their group got there first. So this is a bunch of people, and they see, oh, there's owls, there's, you know, around, and they're all, you know, stuff. And then one of the guys has animalism. He talks to the owl. The owl's like, there's a party going on. And it's like, he's like, oh, what kind of party? It's like, oh, it's a special party for anyone who, you know, comes in, and, you know, stuff like that. And then it's like, cool. And then they get to the statue and they do spirit touch on the statue. And then, of course, you know, they see kind of like how the statue's made, but then, oh, here comes a giant monstrous owl creature, and they goes, oh, you degenerate. And then it, like, knocks the person doing the spirit touch back. And at the same time, like, kind of like more creatures are gathering around, and there's like a wolf that's kind of imply a little bit of danger. Although I did say the guy who, or I did say to the guy who can speak with animals, like, the wolf is like holding back. He's saying, oh, you never let me have any fun, meaning, hey, they're not going to attack you quite yet. And then so you got that this statue, like you touch it, you get that feeling, that sensation of like, ooh, scary, like there's scary. And then you got all these animals gathering and stuff like that. Again, I'm going to throw it out to y'all out there. What would you do? Just give me a scenario. I didn't even describe the scene like kind of properly, but like if that's going on and that's what you've gotten, what would be your next step? And then you can also guess what their next step was. You would not fight unless necessary. I mean, that's a good. That was a good start. Was distracted? Ah, no worries. So they got this whole thing, and their next action was to leave. And be like, that's it. I literally had to like stop them and be like, oh hey, you also noticed that there's a plaque there too. I don't know, like, do statues just not come with like plaques anymore that no one knows that to read the fucking plaque when it, like, that was going to be like the biggest point of contention, or the biggest like point of like drawing, that oh, there's a plaque, the plaque has an inscription, the inscription has names and dates and information. So they're about to leave. I literally had to force them. Like, I had to force it. I didn't force them, I forced it. I hate forcing plot. I hate it. It's one of the things I hate doing more than anything, is to be like, hey, look over there, it's plot. You know, I always want my players to discover the plot naturally and organically. But I had to be like, hey, guys, did you want to check the plaque? And they're like, oh, I'll spear touch the plaque as well. And then I go, oh, okay. You spear touch the plaque. You have the sensation that if you do something with this name, you can possibly summon a creature here. You can like invoke some sort of magic. And then they left. And I'm like, and then I took one of the other NP, or not NPCs. I took one of the other player characters who was kind of like in the who was in the forest because Hex is summoned. I literally threw the Pumpkin King at him. I'm like, go and like find like stuff out. Like, I was like, please, for the love of God, engage something here. And then they're like, oh, what are you doing here? And then he's like, oh, you know, just not much, just, you know. And like, you know, I can't fault the player character. He was acting in character. He's like, oh, what? Like, he's always kind of confused to hide the fact that he's scheming. And then they're like, oh, well, maybe we should take him with us. And then I literally compelled, he was like, okay, maybe I'll go with you. And then I compelled him to be like, you will stay here. And he's like, oh, maybe I'll actually stay here. And and then they're like, okay, fair enough, let's go. And then like, I was like, and here's the reason why I made the distinction about the two groups, is that the third group was a group that's not the Cams. They're called the Anarchs. There was two of them. They came in, and to be fair, the Hex was there at this point. So he kind of called them out. There's like six or seven camps, because they always go in like groups of like at least 6. So Hex wasn't going to show themselves where they're going to have a disadvantage. But like, so there was two anarchs that came out with the independent, and they're like, oh, what's going on here? And it's like, hey, I have a ritual. You should do this ritual for me. Maybe I'll give you a boon. Or, you know, I just won't kill everyone. And guess what they're doing? They're talking about doing the fucking ritual. I literally had to give them, like, the barest of crumbs of, like, hook. And they're like, we're doing that. Like, let's go. I wanted this to be a cam thing because the anarchs have, like, a bunch of our stuff. But I couldn't. This has been going on for 3 months now. Yeah, like Zurian said, I'm a zookeeper for a group of koalas. I literally, and then they also used the thing. They summoned the creature who was the DJ. And I even told the group. I told the group that was leaving, you hear music suddenly. Like, you can hear it. And they continue to fuck off. I don't know. Like, again, I'm not going to force them to do things that they want or don't want, but like, how do I? How? You know, it's one of those take a horse to water situations. You know, and again, some of them are new, so I will give them that. They don't got their LARP legs yet, but it's. Yeah, my God, it's just, it's so... Oh, thank you so much for the sub. Get your punch card.
Atrox49 just subscribed.
Thank you so much for that sub. Can we get some muffins for that? Seraphim is beginning to understand difficulty levels for puzzle games. I think so. I think I am. It's just, it's so bizarre. I have done various, now to be fair, a lot of them were like similar people, but I've been running games for like 20 years. I have never had such a plot resisting group as what I am dealing with right now. It's baffling. I've done every trick in the book I can think of. I've offered reward, I've offered stakes, I've offered puzzles, I've offered complexity, I've offered simplicity, I don't know. And they're good people. Like, I feel bad, like, but at this point I don't even think, I can't even call it a me problem anymore. Well, not that I ever thought that in the beginning, but like, I was thinking like, oh, maybe I just need to like, usually I can alter my style. Have I threatened stakes? Yeah. I mean, kind of. I've threatened death. You know, I've upped the ante. Pre-novice? Maybe. And the thing is, they're all really into it. So they're all like, oh man, like, yeah, we got this like whole, they're super stoked for the concept. But they just never follow it to anything. Like, you know, everyone's like, oh man, that was so cool. And it's just like, that's great, but you... And then they went back to the fucking drug thing again. I'm like, oh my God. they've spent more time doing stuff for the drug dealers than they have for the big bads. And that includes the other one too. I'm curious to see what the downtimes are, because at the very least they now have... I have thrown so many breadcrumbs at them. I'm surprised they haven't been attacked by pigeons yet. Like, at this point, if their downtimes don't have anything to do with any of that stuff, I give up. Like, I can't. I give up. There's no way. I can't do, like, I'm not just going to go haul off and like start killing characters, because, I mean, I could, but that's not fun. Like, and at the very least, if they had threatened or done stuff, like, I could see it. And, you know, I don't want to just kill, I don't want to start killing characters just willy-nilly just because I can. But at this point, I don't know what else to do. The drugstore has no consumable props. Well, I mean, it's a player-driven story, so it's kind of as much as they Oh, okay, I get. Oh, yeah. No, they don't. Like they should. Maybe they should have some props there. Maybe they'll start seeing the other stuff. But it's like, although there is one person that is well, at this point, the consequences are death. The consequences are pretty much death. And actually, it's part of the reason why I gave the other side the task now, because if they do complete it, and then their boon is go kill some, go kill some cam players, it's going to go with it. The cams had a 2-month lead on this investigation. So it's like, but we'll see. There's one player though that kind of spoiled it. Like, I think it was part of the reason was there's a player that wasn't really interacting with the Hex storyline, and they did this time, and almost immediately I could tell there was going to be trouble because he's a rules lawyer. 100% rules lawyer. Like, it's one of those where it's like, for a fact if you give them anything related to the game, they're going to go to the rules. They're going to try and use the rules to figure out like what to do to like counteract. Like, they solve the game via mechanics. That's how they solve things. That doesn't work with me. Like anyone who's played my games know that I make shit up specifically because I want people to look into things, investigate, and find the alternate stuff. Like, also that's boring. Like, oh look, another vampire that has level 3 protean and level 2 fortitude and this level animalism, and they're like, oh, well, if they have this level animalism, then they have to do this in order to maintain this, and then level blah, 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 blah. Like, it's not fun. Like, and to be fair, I have a bunch of other things running that do follow the rules pretty closely. But Hex is a wild card. And yes, that is one of the reasons. Best part of games is breaking them either on your own or with friends. Yeah, exactly. And if but like in the third act scene with the guy who did the animalism went, oh, like once he heard the music, it's like I take the owl that I control and I go and I have him attack the sound equipment, and I go, okay, it doesn't work because it technically belongs to Hex, and goes, well, no, that's not how this level of this power works. You have to have a check, and then that check is rank this challenge, and he has to make this rank challenge. I'm like, okay, you tell it to attack, you lose track of it, face shit happens, now that's it. And I don't those type of people, like, they're trying to put me in a box, and I don't like it. Now, granted, I try and accommodate. I've been trying to accommodate for a while, to make sure, this is, first of all, it's not my game. It's not my game. I'm an ST in it. It's not my game though. So, I don't have the wherewithal to kind of make those kind of decisions where they're like, shut up, or to rebuke. But I knew for a fact when this person interacted with this character, shit was going to start going down. And almost the second it did, the spark started. You could tell the friction was starting to... Because the very next thing he said to me was, oh, I thought the other ST said that all the powers of these creatures were going to mimic those in the book. Which, by the way, I wasn't told that fucking at all. And I'm going to be bringing that up to the other ST. And if I find out that fucker lied to me, we're going to have words. Because that's the one thing you do that I do not tolerate. I'm the, like, as an ST, as the storyteller, my job is to make the best story possible. in big game groups like this, if you're lying to me, you are depriving me of A, your good time, and B, the good times of others. So I have zero tolerance for people lying to me about, especially when other STs are involved. It's my one thing. That's anything else I can work with people on. You want to make a weird, crazy character? I'll try and make it work. I might deny you on a few things, but you know, I'll make it work. If you want to do something crazy in game, like, then you know, I'll try and make it work. Obviously, I can't, you know, go too far out the box, but you know, I'll bend some rules. I'll maybe even like break a little rule. Hey, Anon, how you doing? But to get to, and even just to say, oh, I thought that we're just mirroring stuff. Like, I did not like that. I have a PhD in passive aggressive from the university of my mother. It's that you want to make me angry? Like, do that shit. Start talking to me that way. You will not find a friend in me in that if that's the way you play it. And again, this is a fucking game. This is not high stakes poker. This is not like if your character loses, you know. What do you lie about? The lie might be, I haven't confirmed this yet, so I might have jumped the gun a little bit, but I was never told this. So, and to be fair, it could have been that the other SC just didn't tell me. I'm not going to go off unless I confirm it, but the lie was that all monsters in the game will mirror powers in this book. That's where the lie is, or where the lie could be. Again, I'm not saying that's the case, and again, I might have been I might have just not been told. But the thing is, like, the other STs know how Hex operates. They know that I've taken liberties with things, and I have changed things, and I've done things to create this challenge monster. So, and the thing is, when I was a player, this other player lied to my face out of character multiple times. And that part I don't really care about. If you want to hide what you're doing, like, whatever, I couldn't give a shit. Like, oh, you told me your character is doing this, but actually I don't care. That if you want to do that, do it. Whatever. To benefit in character, you're fucking losing. Yeah, I mean, oh man, we will be having words. If that turns out to be a lie, and the other SC says I had never told him that, and remember never telling him that, I'm gonna get permission first. Again, not my game, but I'm gonna have words with this player because I don't take that shit at all. And from now on, when he asks what was that, I'm gonna say, "Hey, shit." And he's like, "Can I figure it out?" No. That'll be the punishment. The punishment will be you don't get to learn the cool stuff. And I'm hoping that'll keep him from being in those scenes. Because if a player has to lie to me as an ST in order to get shit, I don't want to play with that person. Because again, how do I know they're not lying on their character sheet? How do I know they're not lying on things they did or roles they did, or and again, this is not just like a small group of like 4 or 5 friends. Because if you like are having a bad time and you know your roles are shit, and then you just want to win, you just want to succeed once, and you rolled a 4 and you say, oh, I rolled a 14. I don't care. That I can see, you know, sometimes you just want to win. If you're only doing that like once every so often, and you just wanted to do it because you had a run of bad luck, that's fine. I get it. You know, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I need all these rolls all these times. Like, I don't care. I don't care. Yeah. Again, if you cheat in that type of thing, you're only cheating yourself. That's my mantra on that. But this is a big group game, and you know, if he's right and the other ST said that, I'm going to have to either get the other STs on board with me running this character still, or I'm going to have to change this character, like fundamentally change this character, because there are no powers for what I'm doing with him that are in the book. Every role has to be public. Yes, you must roll. I must see it. It must be on camera. You know, so it's that point where it's like you gotta wait. Is he actually online right now? I forget he pops into my stuff at sometimes. No, he's not here. Okay. If you hear this, ST, we're gonna have words later. So, well, actually, you could probably just answer my question. But yeah, it's I don't take that. And this guy is such a rules lawyer. The thing is with rules lawyers, well, and he also feigns ignorance a lot. Why you always lying? So, and granted, I was never the ST during this time, but I've heard things because I'm friends with the STs. So I've heard stuff, and when it comes to a rules lawyer, when you have something that's not playing by the rules, you always are going to get friction. I knew from the word go that this creature was going to cause this player friction. So like, I was hoping it wouldn't, but like the second, and the thing is, the other players love it. I have not gotten a single complaint about the kind of wonky woo shit that Hex does. Every other player, as far as I know, loves combating Hex, which is the point. He is a creature that is formidable. He is a battle. He is a boss battle. He is something that you don't take lightly. He's something that will kind of keep you on your toes. You know, that's the whole point of having skull level creatures and stuff like that. So when you have a rules lawyer trying to break it down so they know how to beat it through the mechanics of the game, that they're not going to like it. But I have yet to get a complaint about Hex. So I've been running Hex for I think 3 months now, or running Hex in the background, and like I said, I have yet to get anyone's like, oh my god, that wasn't fair that he did that, or oh man, it wasn't fair that, you know, I didn't like the fact that he was able to do this or do that, or, you know. But the second that guy was in the party, it just, he immediately was like, well, what, how do you do this? What's, like, you know, I did this and you shouldn't be able to do that. And, you know, so it's like, ugh. But yeah, I'm gonna, that was the one thing I'm gonna have to talk to the other SC about, because if he's lying about that, his ass is cooked. I'm not gonna have, it's not gonna go as far as, you know, like, oh, we need to kick this player out of the game. If it was my game that I was running, his ass would already be out the fucking door if I found out that was the case. But again, not my game, so I'm not gonna push for it. But I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll talk to the RSC and he'll, I don't think he will, but it's still, lying to an ST is always, it's one of my biggest gaming pet peeves. It's just not classy. It's not classy. I'm here trying to give you a great experience. Why do you feel the need to obfuscate stuff? And again, as a player, I didn't care, because I knew he was lying about stuff, because half the time he was talking about stuff where I was there in the conversation. It was like he was trying to gaslight me. He's like, oh, your character said that he would cause a diablerie if, or not diablerie, he would cause a breach if we didn't help him. I'm like, I fucking didn't, because I remember the words that came out of my mouth and the order of them, and I never even mentioned the word breach. I don't know, but again, and it's just the way this person plays, and I don't like it personally. But you know, you gotta give them. Oh, stop fucking lying, and it's like. Ooh, a gangrel. I think we have 2 other gangrels, so you'll have some people in the same clan that they'll probably welcome you pretty quick. Although if you're going on the Anarch side, I think they're both on camp side, but again, I would highly recommend Anarch. One, because there's way less people on the Anarch than there are on the cam, and 2, because man, they just I don't want to, especially as an ST, I don't want to say it this way, but they're having more fun. Or independent, yeah, independents are kind of glommed with the Anarchs, but they are still independent. But yeah, so yeah, be independent or an Anarch. Mostly because there's too many people on the campsite already, but also you're just gonna have a better time. Especially if you're not there every time. And you're also kind of a seasoned player. If you were new, like brand new, I would almost say like go to the Anarchs, because they're very structured. They're very informed in that regard. Like you'll have like some structure there. But especially with my goofy ass way of DMing, like I think you'll have a decent enough head start. You can be whichever. Although some shit's getting shaken up in the cam world. I think they're splitting, which is funny because for the longest time. For the longest time, cam 1 and cam 2, nice. There's been a group of cams who are like, I don't like what's going on, and I don't like how the prince run things, and I like this and that, and they're like, and then we thinking, oh, they're gonna split, and they're gonna like do this thing, or they're going to take over, and then they never do. They always fall back in line. But here's the thing. With this latest session, there's actually an Anarch who is attempting to break away a significant portion of those cams to create their own Camarilla Kingdom. Because it's not just 1 and 1. You can have multiple of the same factions, different groups. So, and this dude knows how to play and how to like lead things. So I feel like if anyone can do it, it's going to be him. So I'm kind of excited to see how it goes, because I feel like a lot of people, once they kind of hear that there's another cam court, I think they're going to go over there. And also because there have been, like, I've heard some grumbles about, especially the one player I talked about, but like they're very controlling and stuff like that. So it's like, we'll see. It should be fun on a bun. And again, I don't want to make it seem like I hate this game or the players or anyone in it, except for maybe that one guy. Like I love running this LARP. I am having a lot of fun. So like, in case any of like the cams like stumble upon it, it's like, oh my god, he hates us so much. It's like, no, I don't hate you. Please make better decisions. But you're doing great. Hold on. Thumbs up. So good. Just little more research. The equine is Tex. Oh yeah, I probably would actually quit if I didn't. Although I am also helping out a friend with it, but no, it is a lot of fun, and I do have a lot of fun, and I can see people starting to blossom. A lot of the newer players, they're starting to finally kind of get into their own groove, which is great. There is like 40 people in this LARP group. Now they won't always come at once. But like it's an average of like 20 to 30 people that come on any given session, so it's a big group and it's still growing, and I think he's got something here, and I'm happy to be a part of it. I really am. And I think as time goes on, we're gonna have more stuff. The passion is worth the frustration. Yes, exactly. You gotta write on. The passion is worth the frustrations. Because as much as I whinge about them not getting hooks and stuff, you know, there's enough stuff going on where it's like, it's a lot of fun. Plus, then I can torment them. Torment. The other SCs have no idea what they unleashed when they brought me on board. Because I'm bringing werewolves, man. And it ain't going to be the werewolves in the book. I don't like those werewolves. I'm going to be making some werewolves, man. And we're going to be having some fun with that shit. Oh, so when you get a level of a discipline, you choose one of those levels. Or you can grab one from a previous level. So if you get level 2 dominate, you can either get one of the level 2 dominates that are listed, or you can get the second or third of the level 1 dominates. Torment. You sound like a fanfic writer who likes making reviews stuff. So I'm a big believer in comedy and tragedy. Very Shakespearean. You have to have funny moments, you have to have goofy moments, but then I also have to make sure that I drag you through the deepest, lowest shadow that I can. Like that is my like goal, because you can't have peaks without valleys. So, and when you come up from one of those valleys, ooh, that win, mwah, so sweet. When you persevere and you get that challenge after that, ooh, nothing like it. And if you have some psychological scars in the process, even better. For your character, obviously. All I have to do to trigger any of my players is go, "Boo!" And yeah, that'd probably be that'd probably do it. The ring, yeah, kind of, a little bit. If anything, the ringmaster is kind of like Slifer in stories. it's the part that's way too crazy for like normal viewing, but if you really want to do something crazy. Oh, oh, Ringmaster. Ah, that could be it. Oh shit, Ringmaster crimes. I belong here then. I actually like. I haven't asked this yet because that would have been too much, but I kind of want in the future to create a Ringmaster-esque creature for LARP. Just batshit crazy, all about that murder. And it would make sense for vampires because vampires are far more resilient. He can put them through way worse shit. And also his backstory can. Oh my god! I just realized the backstory or what's leading up for Hex could totally bring in the Ringmaster. Ah! Oh my god! It's perfect. Actually, it's perfect. If they do the thing that they do to get rid of Hex, it can totally bring in the Ringmaster. Oh, they're not even gonna know what fucking hit them. Obviously, I'm going to have to clear this with the other SCs, but... Write down the idea. Oh, yeah, I'll send myself a note. Oh boy. Yes. Actually, you know what? I'm going to write it down in the ST chat so that they can see it too. There we go. Those poor people. Yeah. See, that's why I talk about shit like this on stream, because then you guys give me ideas. Alright, brackets, what happens next? Because I'm into... Oh, okay. Yeah, I totally get that. Luckily, that doesn't happen to me, like, really at all. But that's because it's my, like, one superpower is remembering plot lines. The only time I ever have to look anything up is if I'm doing a sequel to, like, a story and it's been a while. And I want to make sure I get all the details right, so... But, yeah. Actually, I'm going to use it... Well, before I keep going on this, I'm going to use the rest real quick. I'll be back in 2 minutes. And then, might get some writing done or keep talking. I don't mind either way, but I'll be right back. All right, we are back. Yeah. It's kind of funny. I just thought about it. Kitty actually is like, you should advertise your stream to like all the people on in the LARP because they might see it. It's like, yes, but then I cannot talk shit about them on my stream, and this is something that I find very entertaining, and also it seems everyone finds pretty entertaining too. I won't be able to do that if they're listening in. For instance, in the Act 3, I was there doing the scene with Hex and the Anarchs, and they're mentioning they're mentioning the cam attack on him, and he goes basically it's like, well, and I found their attack, while commendable, was very stupid. And there was actually one of the people in the attack, one of the cams, who kind of turned him like, I'll take that. And we all kind of had a chuckle off that because it was like, yeah, we'll take it. It was a stupid attack, but it was commendable. No, it wouldn't be about talking bad about them. I talk bad about them in front of their face, but it's just if I talk too much about like plans I have, I don't want them to hear like, oh yeah, this plan is happening, and or with the Hex thing, like, oh, I already know what's going to happen with Hex and all that stuff. Not that they would metagame, but I also don't want like accidental metagaming, because I do believe like if you hear something, well, that's why I hate spoilers. You hear something, you can't unhear it. So even if you're like, I'm not going to act on this information, if you forget, and then you sound like, oh, I have this great idea on how to avoid this trap, that's accidental metagaming. So I want to try and keep that to a minimum. And again, most of the players I trust won't like actively act on that information, with one or two. But I could advertise at LARP and ban the people. Just time them out. Like, all right, I'm going to talk about you. So, boop. 1 hour timeout. It's only one person really that really kind of sticks up in the craw. So good. Yeah, I'll keep all that in the down low. To be fair, there is a lot of stuff where we don't even know until we get there. The only thing would be the cams prepare a lot of. That's the other thing. I wouldn't be able to talk about like cam stuff in case like Anarchs are listening, and I can't talk about Anarch stuff unless cams are listening. Not that there's a whole lot that I could talk about Anarch stuff because they're chaotic as hell. But yeah, like I'll usually be like, oh, this is the plan they have, and this is why it's silly. Like, and I also don't want them to think like, oh, he's talking bad about us because we suck as players. You don't suck as players. You need to get them hooks. Okay, kind of suck as players a little, but you're learning. That's the important part. But I don't want anyone to get despaired. You'd be like, oh, the purple Sabrewolf send me things. And I actually don't think that would happen too much either. Except for one person. It's really just one person. I'd be like, everyone can come to my stream except you. Like, so, and then other things I wouldn't be too worried about, like the whole fact that, this is another thing. This is another thing. So I know, like, I don't talk about this very often, but like, for those who kind of kept up on the lore, who do you think is still like the greatest enemy of the cams? Now, this is probably I'm probably most people won't know this one, but I will still. I just want to see if anyone has a guess, because I guarantee you will not guess who. Well, you might, but I heard this and I was gobsmacked that this was the case. The cam still find it, or at least one the prince still finds this to be the #1 enemy in the city. At the very least, for the last session, the guy who skipped out on their data plan. Nope, not them. Although they got their cell phone store up and running. Yay! I think Hex might burn it down now that I think about it. That'd be too mean. But no, like, so I mentioned, I think when I first became an ST, that one of the most surprising things that I found out after having access to all the information was just how much they were going against my character. Like, it was unreal, the plans they had put into place to mess with my character because of how big a threat they thought he was. And I'd like to reiterate, for the record, my character never did shit to anyone. Like, other than a robo-dial to see if, like, certain numbers were valid to prove the person's trustworthiness. And the one time that he was like, you should really help me or I'm not going to help you. Like, there were whole campaigns of the cam to stop my character. And that kind of shows you, like, how well their plans usually go, because I didn't even know that they were going against me until, like, the very... Like, I kind of knew, like, every once in a while, but I thought it was kind of one person being a jackass, and it turns out it was, like, the entirety of their fucking group was going against my guy, and I didn't even notice because I took basic precautions. Or, like, they would do something and I got it undone, like, instantly. But, like, just recently, one of the STs was talking to the prince, and the prince goes, yeah, we still have to figure out a way that we could finally defeat Newbie once and for all. And even the ST that was talking to was like, but why though? Like, even he was like, what? Like, explain further, more detail on why your main, like, enemy, not Hex, not Octavius, the big bad, not the hunter group, not the possible, like, government intervention that's coming, not even, like, the street drugs they all seem to have a hard on about. It's a vampire lawyer who spends most of their time in their office, who's actually fixed more shit than, like, any of the cams combined. And apparently he didn't even have an answer for it. He's just like, oh, you know, this or that, or, you know. And it's like, I'm like, I can't. This is why, like, I'm so flabbergasted. For how do I plan for that? How do I anticipate that? I thought they were kind of done with, like, terrorizing my character. He's an NPC. He literally does nothing but helps out if you ask him for it in exchange for boons. With, like, legal stuff. He gets ghouls out of jail. He makes sure vampires don't go to prison during the day. That's his whole thing. And it's like, fucking what? I was my jaw was on the floor when the other SC told me that. I'm like, he hasn't even done it. I didn't even get Pancake Jamboree off. Like, that was going to be the next thing he did to kind of mess with him. But I haven't had time to properly do Pancake Jamboree, so I haven't been able to kind of initiate it. But it's like, really? My old character? Yeah, that's your biggest enemy? Or the biggest threat in the city? I couldn't believe it. In all honesty, after hearing like all of this stuff, I'm kind of sad that I didn't keep playing that character just to see how incompetent they could possibly be. But at the same time, I'm kind of glad that I don't play that character anymore because of all I can't imagine what like all my downtimes would be and all my stuff would be. And to be fair, as the sessions were going on, he was kind of becoming more and more like a background character because he wasn't a fighter. He like I had all my stuff in social, so it's like, you know, he could talk a bit, and you know, I still got to do stuff, but he kind of almost fit the build for an NPC. So it was a very easy transition, in all honesty. Also, I still can't believe that they thought I was gonna like have that NPC, like I was essentially just coming over, I was just gonna be like an anarch storyteller and just like help them and screw up the cams. I still can't believe that. And I try and rationalize it by like, oh, they didn't know me very well, they only knew me as a player, and so I still can't stop not being a little insulted that they thought I couldn't, that I would have such a vendetta that I would like screw up their game just because I used to have an Anarch character. It's kind of shitty, right? Like, I'm not just like being overly sensitive. That's kind of a shitty thing to think, that even for someone they don't really know, that, oh, this guy's gonna be an ST and then he's gonna fuck us because he likes another group more. If a borderline NPC beat me, that is true. He did look. He did like. He did beat him at like pretty much every turn. I can't think of a single win that they actually got on newbie other than like. No, not even that, because I turned that around in like one session. No, yeah, he always. Okay, maybe actually I can kind of see where they thought like newbie might have been like an enemy, because it did feel like he won every single time. In reality, though, it's just because they sucked and I took basic precautions to protect myself. So like, maybe they thought, maybe that's what they thought. I don't know. It was so weird. It was just weird. They had a whole operation against my character. They called it Operation Church Laser, where they're going to use church influence to try and disrupt my law practice. And to show you how, and you know, if it makes you seem like it didn't really work, it's because it didn't. Again, I had no idea I had that much like I had that much heat going against me. Apparently they were spending, I think I mentioned this before, they were spending at least half of their group downtimes going against newbie. I'm talking like, this was back when they had like 10 or 15 people, but even 10 people each having 2 downtimes plus influence, there were at least 20 downtimes on any given session going to fucking over newbie. and I never knew about it. Because either they would never follow up on it, it would be something stupid, or it would just be like, okay, you did the thing, and like there's now rumors. Same lines with a smile over and over. No, that had me wilding. I was like, really? And it's funny because we all, like, everyone on the Anarch side thought that they were actually going against this other character who they openly, like, despised. And they're like, oh, we hate this guy so much. We hate him. We hate him. We hate him. And it turns out, like, of like all their downtimes, like 2 or 3 went towards the other dude. Like, they're also focused on my character. It's like, why? I didn't do anything. I don't know why. I just wanted to make friends. Maybe that was why I was trying to actually, like, bridge the gap. And they're like, well, that's weird. Get him. Everyone planning and downfalling you, oblivious. Yes, obliviously beating them over. That's the bang part. Like, not even knowing. And the funny thing is, they kept targeting his law firm. They kept targeting and targeting and targeting and targeting, and they're like, we gotta destroy this thing. We gotta destroy it. That's not even like the main thing I was going after. The law firm was just a front. It was just a cover. I could, like, it would have sucked to not have it, but my main, like, objective, they never discovered. They still haven't discovered it. They have zero clue what Newbie's actual plot was. And they still don't. They, like, technically it's still going on, although it's an NPC, so it's not like, you know. It's kind of like, oh, is it developing? I guess a little bit. It's more of a storyline thing, but they never even got close. Not even a little. I guess the front worked. I mean, that being the main target, they never looked into anything else. But yeah, when I turned over to being an ST and found that out, I was just shaking my head. I was like, I can't believe it. Also, I'm definitely gonna be writing tonight to make up words. It's fine though. I needed a little boost. I need a little social boost after all the shit from last week. Not including LARP. I had fun at LARP, but like everything else. Oh, I should put that in the meme channel. Okay, so here, I wonder if I can even find it. Give me 2 seconds. Oh. Damn, it's not popping. Inferring. Let's see. Can you tell me where that is? Oh, I found it. Never mind. There we go. I don't know if I'll be able to find this right away. I'll give it a... I think this might... Okay, I found one. Which one would be better? I think this one. So let me... Okay. Let me get up a new thing here. Your battery's dying. Oh, have a good night there, Zern. So this is what I imagine my character was like as the Camarilla tried to attack.
Hey, watch your sea legs, mutant.
Hey, you know what time it is?
Yeah, it's... I gotta start drinking decaf.
I don't believe it. How did you get here?
That's a stupid question, Duro. How did I get here?
Will you just tell me?
Well, it's basic biology. My mother and father were in love, and then one night they got
I'm
together.
talking about how you got to the station. Don't you know there's a price on your head? Look at this.
Shut up, Hammer. There's $1 million price tag on your head.
You got a very short fuse, you know that? No, I mean, you go off at the...
Hammer, shut up! Oh, Hammer, do something. Here.
I don't want to do. Get out of the way!
By the way, Sledgehammer Prime like Schlock TV. It's so good. But that I'm gonna have to Dad, yeah. But yeah, that felt like I should put that in the meme chat. The cam when they're trying to go after Newbie. Swoops. Name go with main character so you get bad pun base. Main character. Yeah, I look forward to seeing it. Yes. Always must have plot, man. This is plot sanctioned muffin time. No superfluous muffin times for us. Yeah, this is probably the last true not safe for work scene. Because it's going to be a pretty big, detailed merge. And creature growth with 10k left. It's going to be this, it's going to be the whole destruction, then it's going to be... Oh, I'm getting a penguin. Also tomorrow it's going to be Rogue Trader. Send the sheet to someone. Yeah, send it to him. He'd be the best for that. I mean, you could just send it to me, but I'd probably just end up sending it to him anyway. So he kind of takes care of all the stuff for that. Definitely, definitely. What, right, sir, where two characters fight through the sky, only possible eat muffins. Maybe for April Fools. That's a good one. Speaking of muffins, though. Although oh man, my jaw is hurting. I don't know, like, maybe I talked a lot on Saturday. I was doing a lot of, like, scenes. Because I had a lot of little scenes. I feel like I may have overtalked. Is it bird related? Summer solstice? Does it have to do with that? Ah, it is bird related. Ah, see. See, if you came in with a bird related character, they're like, oh my god, he's working with Hex, and then they'll just kill you. Ah, Warhammer. Nice. Rocket launch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Earth below us. Alright. And cavalry. Those like birds, and at least some point I'm hoping you use feral whispers by imitating Burrow. Yeah, they're gonna be, oh my god, it's a hex spy. Yeah. He likes owls. He's clearly part of the enemy. That would be funny if that's. But if you join the anarch side or the independent side, like all the, then you can have the person who really is joined up with the with the hex, who's low key spying on them. It's so funny. It's this, like, it's the exact same scenario as the first time that Hex Feymarked someone, and they're like, oh, let's just talk our plans around the guy who. I'm like, you guys learn nothing, man. There is nothing that sticks on that side. So I had to post that in there now. It's just had to be. Well, the guest info, or I think the link, that quite insistent that people should not stop on the I-9794 bridge to try and see this thing. I actually saw, oh man, it was just coming home from the, what was it, from the graduation party. Like, just saw the most amazing, I think it was a hawk. It was all brown, and it was big. It was a big, it was definitely like a predator bird. I think it was a hawk. Maybe an eagle, like a female bald eagle, but I didn't see the tail feathers. So I couldn't tell you if it was a red-tailed hawk or. It was a big guy though. He was, or she was, pretty hefty bird. I don't think it was an eagle though. It was a little too small for that, I think. Plus, that'd been pretty south for them. I would, if we weren't driving, I would totally try to send a picture of it, but oh, okay. Our daughters, the Compions, the Illuminati. Oh yeah, where I used to live is actually very close to like Lake Michigan, so. Oh, that might have been why it looked kind of smaller than what I'm usually accustomed to for an eagle. It was the Ancient National Enquirer. Oh, this fucking guy. I posted that meme, and then that guy was like, there was an assassination again. Yeah, character assassination. I know, because you're the one who fucking did it, you gaslighting bastard. Still denying it. It's unreal. Keeping your, oh no, like they're interesting to hear about, but I do not have the bandwidth. I also hear a lot of story ideas. I have 20 currently going right now. This is why I always hope the commissioners make sure they keep their story ideas in their mind in case I have to ask them again, and why I keep good notes. Plus, I always say this about requests. I'll get to requests when I get done with my own works, and I'll get done with my own works when I get done with commission works, and I will never get done with commission work, so it's never going to happen. So, Ah, see, Corvus got the right idea. Oh, it's 150. You guys sent me 150. Although now I am doing flash sales. Well, not flash sales. I'm doing flash fiction. So it's now instead of needing 5K, you only need to do 1K. I'm gonna give it a shot. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna actually enjoy it. I think I will, but you know, I want to try making smaller stories. I feel like that would do it. I'm not saying they're not great ideas, but you got to realize I hear so many ideas. And I have so many ideas. I'm running a game, I'm building a game, I am creating a game, I have commissioners, I have my own story ideas, I have real life stuff to do. I can't hold the bandwidth for requests. I'm sorry. It's just, and I know for a fact I'm never going to get to them. Like if I ever have the time that's not commissions, I'm going to be writing my own stuff. Yeah, but like Corvus said, sent me 150 and, or actually for 1K it'd be $30, or 2K $60, or 1.5K $45. Oh my god, my jaw. Sorry, it's every time I like stretch my jaw, I think I'm gonna have to cut stream short. I don't know where this came. Like, I feel like a fucking lockjaw. I don't know if you heard that, but oof. Enough for breaking your head and shoulders, right? Most of my own. Yeah, I don't know where this pain came from. I was doing pretty good yesterday. That's all the jawing I did today on stream, I guess. Also, holy shit, can I just say it? Like, double-digit people on a writing stream? You guys love, like, either me jawing on or porn. I don't know which one. No, I just came up with the second one. But no, it, like, super thanks for everyone coming and hanging out. When I thought about doing these writing streams, I was like, ah, shit, no one's gonna come, no one's gonna but no, thank you so much, everyone. I definitely needed a bit of like nice fun socialization and stuff like that. I know I didn't get a whole lot of words done today, but again, I was kind of in a low mood. It was getting better, but that's true, Corvus. Yeah, right. Oh yeah, show me the burb. Let's stick around for a few seconds here, but no, I'm so grateful that y'all are here and just helping me just by being here, just so that, you know, and listening to my LARP stories and stuff like that. It's definitely increased my mood, and it's not like I was like, oh, I'm so depressed or anything. You know, it wasn't like that, but you know, it definitely sped up my mood refresh. Burb. Oh yeah, that is kind of a goal. If anyone else wants to, well, burp. In Milwaukee. Oh, interesting. But yeah, sorry for cutting the stream short, guys. It's oh man, like I don't know if you can hear it, but like I'm trying to talk but then not talk, and it's like I gotta start yapping more. Apparently my jaw muscles are out of shape. So join me tomorrow. it'll be Rogue Trader, so a lot more yapping. I think I'll have Vero do most of the reading. And then on Wednesday, we will probably have a stream. And then and this might be a full week of streaming. We'll see what happens, because the weather looks absolutely garbage right now. Burb. But less good weather for me is more good writing for everyone. Hooray! So once again, thank you everyone for popping in, and I will see you all tomorrow, bright and early, 3 p.m. for Rogue Trader, then Wednesday writing, Thursday something, maybe blueprints, and then Friday probably more writing. Oh yeah, oh, you know what? This might be pressure related too. I didn't even think of that. This might be pressure related too. Cause yeah, we're getting rain all fucking week. It's not even fun. But take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your night, and I hope to see you all tomorrow. Don't forget to take a muffin on the way out. Bye.